This is Katherine.
Hello, Katherine. Is this Katherine Mitchell, right?
That's right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're on my landline. I hear you just fine. Who are you?
This is Christine.
Christine who?
Alexander.
Do I know you?
I'm locally world famous.
That's pretty funny. You make me laugh.
Well, that's my job. By the way, do I hear a Hungarian accent?
Whoa, you have a good ear.
I have a lot of good things.
Don't be funny.
That's one of the good things. I'm funny.
I still don't know you.
I'm a reader. I read your book. I caught the humor in it.
Which book? What humor? What about the true love? Did you catch the love, the true love?
Are you going to be difficult?
Maybe.
I can't believe you're a foreigner. You sure don't write like you talk.
Thank God.
Right? I mean, there's nothing foreign in your book.
Which book?
Shelby. Shelby's Way, ... maybe. Nothing foreign there. How many books do you have?
I wrote 3 novels, and one of them, entitled Wasted ... maybe, does have some foreigners in it and some foreign locations.
Maybe. What's with the maybe?
It's a good word, a strong word. Just when you think you've got something, you realize that you haven't. So maybe stops you from being cocky.
I can't help it.
What?
Being cocky. It's funny.
It's annoying.
Not when it's funny.
What's funny?
Being cocky can be funny if you do it.
That's pretty cocky.
Funny, right?
Maybe.
Are you married to the word maybe or something?
Don't make a big deal out of it. What is on your mind?
I would like to review Shelby.
What makes you think you can be a reviewer? Usually, amateur reviewers just retell and give away the story. Extremely dumb, but I can't stop them.
I'm different. I can see the humor in your book. You know, that one about Richie when she takes a typing test for him, or when she dumps the drinks on the guests. Or
Okay. There is humor. But what about the love?
And the sex.
We try to keep that on an on-as-needed basis, like the spice.
Why do I want to know about spies?
A person should know a little bit about a lot of things. Trust me, the spies get information as needed.
And you write about sex?
Yes, as needed. Now you're catching on.
Then can we continue?
I like to talk about my novels. I'm glad you called.
Does that mean you like me?
I like what you do.
Oh, comedy?
Love comedy. It's the hardest form of both writing and performing. Do you write your own stuff?
You bet.
Where do you get your ideas?
Where do you get your ideas?
Watching people, watching life. And you?
Watching people, watching life. Pretty interesting, isn't it?
Profound. Good ideas come from life. Good characters come from life. You and I have the same resources. Life. But different interpretation.
Very different. But is it really? You add humor to drama, and I add drama to humor.
I suppose improvisational humor has to have a deeper center, a nucleus, in order to touch everybody. Is that your specialty?
Yes, I use improv techniques to help people become better humans.
I have no idea what you just said, what you mean.
I mean that when we laugh, we heal ourselves. When we laugh, we can listen and understand each other better.
That's got to be a tough job, standing in front of strangers and telling them you can make them better. You must be really good looking. Are you pretty?
I'm married, so yeah, let's say I am. And how about you?
Let's say I know what to do to appear attractive.
So why are you asking me so many questions? What does appearance have to do with anything?
It helps decide whether or not I want you to review my work.
Sounds shallow to me.
Just testing. Are you as smart as you are pretty?
Now that is a tough one. Well, what do you think?
Well, I will find out when I read your review. I will see the inner beauty of your mind and heart.
Really? You will? I mean, you can do that?
I like to think that I can. Do you do stand-up comedy?
Yes, I love doing it, even though it terrifies me. I prefer to just do improv and make it up on the spot. It's amazing how observing people and life, we can just recapture them in improvisation.
Sounds like real art. People think of painters or dancers or musicians as real artists, but your specialty is real art too.
It is. I mean, wait until you see me at a laughter workshop. I instigate laughter. If it feels good to laugh, then laugh to feel good is my motto.
Oh, I love that. The motto. Say it again. Say it out loud. Let me hear it out loud.
I just said it out loud, but here we go again. If it feels good to laugh, then laugh to feel good.
I like that. I have a motto too.
Let's hear it. Say it out loud.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do twice.
You're just full of food for thought kind of stuff, aren't you?
You bet.
You have that subtle message running through your entire book.
Since I can't tell jokes, I express myself my way. Do you tell jokes?
I can do a lot more than that.
When will I see you on Comedy Central?
Same time you become a bestseller.
Well, that will happen this year. Your review will make me a bestseller, and then I will make you a Comedy Central regular.
Really?
Absolutely. Everyone who reads it will rush and buy a copy of Shelby's Way, maybe.
Strange title.
Not really. I love words. The word maybe just reminds us that no matter how positive we are in what we are doing, things can happen differently.
True.
It's a good book. It's uplifting. It's a feel-good book. I'm proud of it.
I downloaded mine, but can people get it in a bookstore?
Yes, Shelby's Way Maybe is available online for any of the e-readers, and you can also order it from any of the bookstores you like.
Will you read me something?
No,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
You want me to read with the accent?
That's the best part. I'll correct you if I have to.
Actually, if I mispronounce anything, I don't mind being corrected by people who qualify to correct me.
I don't even want to know what that means. Just please read something.
I actually have a section, a sentimental section, a mother-daughter section that moved me even when I wrote it. It just came from my fingers to the keyboard. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised. Here we go. It's late at night. Shelby looked in on Pamela. Spread out on her bed, the angel was in deep slumber. On her desk, she saw Pamela's homework pages. She picked them up and took them to the light of the living room to read. What I Am Taking With Me by Pamela Carpenter. There were only 3 pages, but Shelby was deeply moved. She read it a second time. Then she took a post-it and wrote, "I've read it, I love it, Mom," and stuck it to the paper. Next morning was one of those Saturday mornings when Shelby didn't have to do anything. She had planned on sleeping in, having a slow day, taking Pamela to the movies, and generally staying away from the world. But her note on Pamela's paper started a barrage of conversation. "Yes, indeed, I was impressed," said Shelby. "I didn't know what to expect." Well, the class got their perimeters of 1,200 words. The subject was open, and I chose childhood. She curled up next to Shelby. "You really liked it?" I could be biased. "No, Mommy, I would have noticed that after all these years." "So you chose What I'm Taking With Me from childhood?" "Yes, it could have been anything, but my childhood is on my mind a lot." Shelby crawled out of bed, and Pamela followed her to the kitchen. Shelby poured her coffee, and they sat down in the breakfast nook. "I didn't know you had been thinking about childhood," said Shelby. "I'm still thinking of you as a child. But then you said perimeters, and I thought, where have I been?" "I'm almost 9, Mommy, so pretty soon I'll be 10 and even older." "I used to think you were precocious, and that's supposed to be annoying, and you would outgrow it, but my goodness, you're really smart," said Shelby. Pamela laughed. "Am I? Is that because I like how you make everything pretty? Is that what you're taking away?" "That's only one thing. What about your dad?" "He gave me a lot too, but it was more like a buddy. You know what I mean." "But the Pulitzer Prize?" "Yes. I will be the best writer. Aiming high is another thing I'm taking with me. That's probably from Daddy, but I think he may have gotten that from you. I know he wanted me in sports." Shelby was at a loss for words. "I don't know how to talk with you anymore," she said. "It's like something happened overnight and you are a real person." "I'm still a kid." "It can be easy being a perfect kid." "No, I have to keep it simple around some other kids. I don't want to give them peer pressure, she said with a deadpan expression. Come here and give me a super hug, said Shelby. I love you so much I don't even know how to say the words. I'm copying you, she said, and picked up a coffee mug, filled it with milk, and holding it in her hands the way Shelby held it, she drank.
Yeah, I totally remember that section. With all that was going on in her life, Shelby took parenting her daughter seriously, and it was paying off. She was raising a remarkable child because she was a remarkable parent. But I can think of some wild and racy sections in there. Do you want me to read one?
Okay, take your best shot. I'm curious at what hit you.
Sex is what hit me. That's where I'm heading. Okay, here we go. Jeremy withheld nothing, not his excitement, his desire, nor his yearning for her. He kissed her with urgency, commanding her body to melt in his arms, commanding her knees to give out as she fell across the bed. She was not thinking of Boyd. She was not confused. She wanted him, wanted to satiate.
Satiate?
That's a hard word. She wanted to satiate her sexual hunger. He effortlessly undid her clothes, and the pieces came off one by one. His hot, full-mouthed kisses sent her reeling in a sea of desire. She never noticed as he meticulously hung his jacket and slacks in the closet, carefully laid his shirt on the chair. She didn't know if there was supposed to be some kind of order to sex in a motel, and uninhibitedly...
Whoa. Stop it right there.
It was awesome.
This is a family show.
But you wrote that.
Yeah. But you are right on. Not only will I let you review my novel, I will ask you to please do it.
Yay!
I know you will go beyond the humor, even beyond the sex,
Well.
and see the human values, the family values, and my favorite, the true love.
I won't let you make me all mushy, okay? I'm a stand-up, and I will stand up.
You do that, girl. Are we done here?
Okay, almost. I wanted to point out your solid characterization. It came through the best in the deposition sequence.
You think?
Yeah, I think we should read it. I'll play Shelby, and you can read the lawyer's part.
Okay, here we go. The lawyer. Why did you check into a motel?
It's cheaper.
Why did you use an assumed name at the motel?
To avoid any complications such as these.
You didn't want to be known?
I didn't.
Were you hiding from anyone or anything?
I didn't want to be known by the motel personnel.
Have you done this sort of thing before?
Yes.
Why?
Shelby looked at him, not knowing what this particular why referred to. He rephrased his question.
Why the camouflage?
To protect my friend?
Who?
My friend.
What's his name?
You can skip that question.
You're under oath.
I cannot divulge his name under any circumstances. Take me back to jail. Do anything you want. I'll quote the Fifth Amendment. She was getting fired up.
Why can't you give us his name? It is a he, correct?
She nodded, then was silent. She was weighing the matter once again in her mind.
Can you answer why not?
When she remained silent, Jeremy decided to try and ease into a possible answer.
Can you tell us why you must protect him when your reputation and possibly your entire future is at stake?
He's a world-famous author, married, and he is also a good friend.
Are you having an affair with him?
Not in an ordinary sense.
In what sense?
Do I have to answer that? She turned to her attorney.
I don't see why not, came the matter-of-fact reply.
We're friends. He's my mentor, and I love him.
Do you see him often?
We meet after lunch at his favorite restaurant.
Then it's a tryst?
Good word, she said to the dismay of her attorney.
Do you make love to him?
I have, but mostly we're friends.
Are you in love?
Without his encouragement, I couldn't survive the hardship I'm living.
Are you in love with him?
I just answered that.
No, you didn't.
We're not in love in an ordinary sense, but we have a need for each other. He travels a great deal. He lives in Europe a great deal.
In spite of all that, you can maintain a relationship? Jeremy was truly amazed.
We're good friends, and we always accommodate each other's needs.
Mostly his.
Anytime. As long as it is morally in my power, I will see him.
What does that mean? Morally.
When I commit myself to one man, whether in a marriage or otherwise, I'll tell my friend that. I'll still want to keep in touch with him, but things will probably change.
It didn't change his moral, marriage, and ethical standards?
No, but it will change mine.
There seems to be a contradiction here. If you are such good friends, how come you don't approve of his moral standards, yet you are its object?
I'm me, he's he. We're individuals with our own lifestyles. When we met, I was married. We weren't lovers, only friends. That's how I wanted it.
It sounds rather cocky and private.
It is private. It worked for us.
Even if it makes you a loose woman, perhaps a prostitute?
It does not. She was indignant and rose to give her words emphasis. It makes Las Vegas a sick place where a woman cannot appear alone without creating doubt, where there's no respect for a single female because of its built-in prostitution. Look at all the high-powered money being wasted right here. Why isn't somebody out there picking up the real criminals?
Miss Carpenter, we don't need any of your speeches at this point.
Well, she trailed off, realizing that he was right. She sat back in her chair.
I see. And hearing this now, this scene, I realized I was walking on thin ice.
Well, I understood it.
Great, I am glad. I don't want to influence you, but what do you think of Shelby's Way Maybe by Katherine M.K. Mitchell?
Before we go there, what's the MK? A gimmick or a real something?
It's a real something. Originally, I wanted to honor my father by using his initials, but no one who knew me understood the mystery of the MK. So that didn't work. Then I found several Katherine Mitchells on the internet and realized that no one would know which one was the author. Then the brain kicked in and I put the two together. On the internet searches, it is Katherine M.K. Mitchell. On my website address, I don't use the M.K., but I'm more interested in getting back to your thoughts on the novel.
I will talk about how this unbelievably beautiful young woman has no idea how beautiful she is. She is also extremely honest and loyal. She grows up in front of our own eyes as she experiences trials and the tribulations of her new world, a world in which she is unprotected. I also like how you handled the newly married, middle-aged couple who were able to support the young people but had their own misgivings. A very nice balance.
Oh, Christine Alexander, you're really qualified to review all my works. I'm impressed with your astute observations. I will look forward to every thought and every word from you.
Thank you for using my full name. Thank you.
Now, what is the intelligent way to close this conversation until next time?
Website?
Excellent. We should exchange our webpage addresses. You go first.
LaughToFeelGood.com. Now it's your turn, Katherine M.K. Mitchell.
Okay, www.katherinemitchellauthor.com.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.